Welcome to the new BCMM network. The following podcast is meant solely for the enjoyment and entertainment of our audience. You're watching the all-new Blue Collar Minutemen show. Together we took back our nation.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Blue Collar Minuteman Show. We're just trying to bring you some facts of life. You heard about the good, the bad, take them both, and there you have the facts of life. Bill, how's it going?
It's going. I'm just looking at all this, everything going on today, and it's kind of weird.
Oh, gosh, listen, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, folks, there's a lot. I mean, Trump hasn't even been inaugurated yet, and so much. But before we get started, Bill, let's throw this out there real quick, ladies and gentlemen. We're glad that you joined us. Please hit that like and subscribe button and share these videos with everybody you can. And make sure you like and subscribe. You get notifications anytime we come out with a new video. And we are on YouTube for now. And you can find us on our other social media platforms as well. Check out the website, bluecollarminutemen.com, as well as our social media pages. And with that being said, let's go. So, Bill, let's just start with what's the hot topic right now, which is Daniel Penny.
Mr. Penny.
So, if you all don't remember, Mr. Penny was the gentleman who was on a subway train in New York City. And Bill, did you ever find that other guy's name? I ran across it a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. I'm trying to pull it up.
Yeah, I ran across it a little while ago, and now I can't find it again. But basically, what Mr. Penny did was he was a Marine. Am I correct? He was prior
Marine,
military,
former Marine. Yeah, he's a Marine.
former Marine, riding on the train. And what happened was this crazy individual just started like hitting people, beating people, punching people on the train, threatening them. And Mr. Kenny, Mr. Penny jumped up, grabbed the guy, did put him in a chokehold, placed him down on the ground, and choked the guy out till the police got there. Now, the guy died. Oops. I mean, okay. But they've had his reading today. And of course, this is where my head hurts. A jury of his peers found him not guilty in the death of this guy
In New York City.
in New York City. Okay. Jordan Neely was that guy's name.
Yeah.
And let's just see. I don't know if I found it or not. Let's see. Mr. Neely had an extensive record.
42 arrests in the last 7 years.
In 7 years.
When they talk about taking them on,
In 7 years, he had 42 arrests.
Right.
Most of them for assault. Uh, he was a drug user. He
Mm-hmm.
did have mental illness.
Yes.
Apparently, he was on some list they had in New York where out of 8 million people, there's a list of the 50 most in need of help, and he was on that list of 50.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone knew he was crazy and needed help.
Right.
Here's my question. Everyone's up in arms now. His family, Black Lives Matter, everybody's out there protesting, raising hell. Why didn't anybody help him before this? Why didn't anybody step up and say, we need to take him to the hospital? You know,
Uh-huh.
why didn't anybody say anything then?
Nope, they
They
didn't.
knew he was crazy, but nobody lifted a finger until now.
Kind of funny. That kind of reminds me of a certain incident that happened close to us, Bill, where everybody knew someone was crazy. I'm not going to say anything. But, ladies and gentlemen, this makes no sense whatsoever. Why? I mean, he was found not guilty by a jury of his peers now. Is that correct? He got before a jury of his peers,
Yep.
and they found him not guilty. And, Bill, we should add that the people on the train told them in court that he helped them
Live their lives.
Yes. But he's a vigilante, and apparently, another African American person has died at the hands of a Caucasian, and I shouldn't say that, but it's just automatically, racist country and vigilantism. And Bill,
the thing is Black Lives Matter have organized outside the courthouse and started riots again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only difference is they've all got arrested this time. Somebody didn't remind them that, hey, this ain't 2020. We have a Republican regime coming in, so you're going to go to jail.
I love it.
Somebody forgot to tell them.
Let's face it, folks. The mental health in this nation is abysmal. There are people who genuinely need help with their mental health or mental health. And I don't know that there is an actual state that's actually doing it right. I mean, if there is, some of you all comment or something and like send us an email, tell us which state is doing mental health right. But we're failing people. And then, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, and then when something like this happens, then it's automatically, it's a tragedy, and, oh my goodness.
Here's just a few of his things he has done over. Starting in 2015, he kidnapped a 7-year-old girl. In 2019, he punched an old man in the face and broke his nose. In 2021, he slugged a 67-year-old woman in the face as she exited the subway, breaking her nose and fracturing her orbital bone. He's been arrested 44 times, but never faced real justice in court. Just kept getting turned loose.
Listen, that says enough. I should not have to say anything else after you just read that. I think the rest of our viewers understand after that. But remember where this took place. That's all I got to say. So, want to give a final thought on that?
It just makes no sense. And
no,
it's okay. It's the same as George Floyd. I mean, George Floyd was a criminal. He was a criminal. He wasn't an angel.
No.
He wasn't a martyr. He was a criminal. I don't know.
I'm just glad that a jury of his peers found him not guilty. I mean, he was just riding the train like everybody else. And something happened, and because of his training and because of his duty and the oath that he took, Bill,
protect people.
We all live by that oath, all prior military and veterans. He jumped in to help. And I'm just glad the jury of his peers stood up for him, because I don't think the judge or the prosecutor in this case wanted it to go this way. Just saying. Okay.
Bill,
let's move on to the United Health CEO. This is a weird one. It's an interesting one.
Well,
what do you know so far, Bill?
Well, we don't know anything for sure.
Hmm.
Allegedly, this Luigi Mangione or Mangione
Hmm.
shot the guy.
Okay. Do we know of any
It's,
motive or anything yet?
I'm looking here.
Now, I'll tell you what I know.
It's
From what
okay. It
I,
keeps getting weirder here, it says.
yeah.
It says CEO killer keeps getting weirder. Now he's got a YouTube account with a dead man switch that uploaded a cryptic video upon his arrest. Did someone upload it for him? If so, we might want to bring them in for questioning.
That would be a good thing to do.
Okay. He was born and raised in Maryland.
Yeah.
He's related to a Maryland state lawmaker.
Hmm.
Um, he had 3 Facebook pages.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's where it gets weird.
Okay.
There's
Like
3
a,
Facebook pages, right?
uh-huh.
Well, apparently, Newsmax only found one of them, and they showed his Facebook page.
Hmm.
Yahoo News found another one, and they showed it on Yahoo News. And the one here on X is a 3rd separate page. But originally, they were saying he had no footprint on Facebook. So now they found 3 different pages that supposedly belong to him.
So this begs the question: how did we find all of this out, and we still don't know anything about the shooter who shot at Trump?
And I mean, we know where this guy went to school at. We know where, we got his school records. I mean, and this just happened, what, 72 hours ago?
Yes.
And we still don't know anything about the Trump shooter. You're right. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Now, of course, the news has been reporting that he had etched some words on the shell casings that he
Which
had.
was the name of that book.
The book.
There's a book. The 3 words that was on there. That's the name of a book.
Oh.
I
That's
forgot what they
interesting.
were. Have we read that so long ago? That's 3 whole days ago. Come on.
Well, a lot of people have been, trying to figure out, like, is this a professional hit? Yada yada. It seemed like a lot of people are talking. It seemed like he knew his way around the gun. And then the latest thing I heard today is that it was a 3D printed gun with a silencer on it. I don't even know if that's possible. That he shot the CEO with.
Okay. Speculation and rumor, conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it,
right,
is linking it to Nancy Pelosi.
Did they give her some bad health advice or what?
Well, apparently, there was a breach in United's system somehow or another. Company gets hired to go in and fix the breach.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, just happens the day before they got hired to go get that breach, Nancy Pelosi dumped a bunch of money in their stock. And the CEO knew about it. So that's all speculation and hearsay. Nothing we're saying anything about.
Well, there's some other speculation for our viewers and your entertainment value that there has something to do with the way United Healthcare was actually treating are treating their customers and their money. And will it be investigated? Will it be looked into? I don't know.
Well, okay, here's another thing you watch the video. Here's another thing that gets me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What CEO that rich walks down a deserted street by himself in the middle of the night?
Kind of reminds you of Jesse Smollett. Didn't Jesse Smollett do something like that?
I mean, come on.
Sorry, Juicy Smollett. Yeah, I know. It begs the question. It's like, this had to be a setup. It either was a setup, a plant. I mean, somebody. There's got to be more to come out in this. Maybe we'll learn the truth. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But there's just a lot of weird. This is a weird one too. I don't. You gun somebody down, and I don't know. I got the question going through my head too. Was he standing outside the entire time? How did he know that at that particular moment that the CEO was coming
Well,
out?
you could see him waiting on him. I mean, he's in the area waiting on him. But I mean, how did he know he was coming through there at that time of night? How
Mm-hmm.
did he know? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, it's not. Wouldn't seem to be common for someone of
No,
that stature to be walking down that particular sidewalk in the middle of the night alone.
these are not the droids you're looking for.
Yeah, it just don't make sense to me.
Oh, geez. Well, hey, let's go ahead and keep moving right along. I don't know how much time we're at already, but
Oh, well, we're
um,
still good for right now.
what's going on with? I really think that Biden is really trying to get a war started here before we.
Well, if you listen to Alex Jones, he's already started it.
Yeah, I didn't get to listen to that video you sent me. I was busy today. It wasn't even funny. But
Well, if you look at Syria, you look at I got it here somewhere. Look at the things that are going on around there right now.
mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Just let's just start with Syria. Let's talk about Syria.
Syria's been talked since Snowden.
Okay, do you know there's several different factions that were involved in the overthrowing there in Syria, right?
Yeah.
Did you know the United States government, Pentagon, was supplying weapons and money to one of those groups? Oh, but there's more.
Of course.
Behind door number 2 is another faction.
Uh,
Guess who was funding them?
oh,
The CIA. Okay, so we're just trying to figure out if the Pentagon or the CIA, which one won. It's okay, folks. Yeah, we were.
well, it was all of our tax dollars. I know that much.
Yeah, it was all our tax dollars going to this place and this place, but two different groups sending them to two different places.
Makes you want Elon Musk and Vivek to get the Doge started real quick.
Do some cuts.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about having an efficient government and getting rid of some of this stuff. Please, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, get in there quick. And this is what we've said before, too, Bill. It's like the American people have no idea how much money we're giving them. Giving the government, that is. And this is what Trump, Vivek, and Elon want to do, is to give us, the people, one, maybe not take so much of our money, if any, and two, for us to know where our money goes. Because obviously, what you just said is all of our tax dollars just went to.
And guess what? Both of those groups have now turned around and started persecuting all the Christians in Syria.
Imagine that. Didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that coming. No, no.
Oh, geez. Well, I'm telling you, well, okay. So there's something else too about that. Now, I don't know how true this is, so don't quote me on this. But the regime that was in there, that guy fled to Russia for asylum. Him and his,
the leader of Syria,
Assad? Yeah, Assad.
They don't know where he's at right now.
I was thinking they said he was in Russia.
The last I see, he says they don't have anywhere where they don't know where he's at.
Well, like I said, don't quote me on this. I would be curious to know where he is.
Oh yeah, he probably got it's one of Russia's allies.
Well, and folks, just to remind you about a little history lesson, let's remember, if you watch the movie Snowden, Edward Snowden is still in Russia. And if you watch the movie Snowden, it implied that we, whether we did it on purpose or not, caused Syria to be a failed state. Now, this is for the entertainment value of our viewers. And, this is just speculation and putting some dots together. But if you haven't watched the movie Snowden, you should watch the movie Snowden. Whether that's true or not, who knows? But Snowden has asked to come back to the United States if Trump got in office. So maybe we'll find out some more after Trump gets inaugurated.
Yeah.
So just saying.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm trying to find something here on it. But anyway, they're escalating all this going on right now.
Well, there's that.
And with that going down, I can't even think of the other country. I had it here just a minute ago. There's another hotbed going on.
I think I know what you're talking about. Syria and see, there's so much going on. It's just to keep up with all of this it makes your head hurt, because there's involvement from, whether you want to believe it or not, there's involvement by this current administration in just about all of this. I still think they're trying to sink the ship before Trump gets in office.
Well, they're trying to start World War III. They think that's the only way they can just leave him with such a disaster that, there's nothing he can do.
Mm-hmm. Now, while you're looking, I just want to mention to the public too, they probably already know this, but the Notre Dame Cathedral was reopened recently, and Trump was there for the reopening ceremony. Because everybody remembers the big fire that happened at Notre Dame Cathedral and all of the work that it's taken to get that place back to where it needs to be. So I was glad to see Trump there. He's all over the place. The man doesn't rest.
Okay, here it is. It's Romania and Georgia. They've started destabilization in Syria, Romania, and Georgia, which threatens to engulf the whole world into World War III.
Oh, is it January yet?
And the Romanian president says the New World Order is trying to kill me because I'm exposing their satanic agenda.
Well, they said that P. Diddy is just a distraction.
Yeah. They got Jay-Z tied in there now. Did you see that?
Oh, yes, I did. Oh, yes. And I noticed that Beyonce is nowhere to be found, seems like.
Looks that way.
I'm
Here's an
telling you,
interesting
this.
one. Kash Patel had been in the Intel
Yeah,
world there.
yeah.
It says he knows about Zelensky faking, when the missiles supposedly hit Poland,
Yeah.
Zelensky swears it didn't hit Ukraine, it hit Poland.
Hmm.
Was supposedly Kosh knows all the truth about this. Kosh's only reply when asked about it, Kosh goes, I want to know where our money's at.
I'm telling you, which kind of brings me to a little bit too. Of course, another hot topic, Bill, is Pete Hegseth.
Beats the man.
Listen, there's a lot of, and of course, I talked to you about this before. There's a lot of stuff going on out there saying that he's not going to be the nominee and he's not going to do it, or he is going to do it, and be the nominee. I mean, we said the last podcast what his credentials were. And the last thing I heard was, and Trump put this out, is that he's got full support for Hegseth, and that there are several people in the Republican Party that are supporting him and backing him as well. So I'm hoping that he really does come through. Now he's going to be the defense. What is he? Not defense secretary, is he? Or what was Trump wanting to position him as?
Who?
Hegseth.
Oh, he's going to be the Secretary of Defense.
Well, that's what I thought. Defense secretary or Secretary of Defense.
I was just reading this breaking news here.
Uh-oh.
They just arrested a bunch of Nazis in Idaho.
What?
And guess what?
They're Ukrainian?
No, but they were carrying a couple of megaphones, the big electronic megaphones.
Yeah.
And when they looked at the serial numbers to get the serial numbers, it's property of the FBI sketched underneath it.
Really?
Yes. And it says, and all arrested suspects were picked up by the FBI later that day.
Jeez, I swear.
Yeah. Unless they just some Nazis. We'll give them FBI equipment while we're at it.
Oh, I'm telling you, there's so much going on with this administration. I don't even know if they can keep up with what's going on.
Okay. We got 10 minutes.
Okay.
Let's just throw a couple things out here real quick. I wanted to touch on this.
All right, let's go.
Biden goes to Africa. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He was just over in Africa. There was a flood in Africa, wiped out a couple of villages.
Mm-hmm.
Biden pledged them $1 billion.
Okay.
But they only got what? 250 in North Carolina? Come on. A couple billion to build back a couple villages? Nah, I don't think so.
So what was over there that interests the Biden administration?
Just get rid of money, and I don't know. But Angola, I think, is where it was at. And he pledged $1 billion to help rebuild. Yet we saw where civilian coal miners go down to North Carolina and build a road, and FEMA puts a gate in the middle of it so they can't travel back and forth from Chimney Rock to Bat Cave.
Well, did you hear that the one guy, they issued a warrant for him?
I know.
Like, what the hell?
He's the guy that got the road built.
And the government's going to issue a warrant for him for tearing down a FEMA fence or something?
Yeah. Okay.
I know.
But they're not getting shit. They're still suffering. Did you hear the woman? She had a window blown out of her house.
Hmm.
So she put in a FEMA request, pay $250 to get this window replaced. FEMA turned her down, but then offered her a voucher to go stay in a hotel for 30 days at over $1,500. Won't give her the $250 to fix the window, but I'll give her $1,500 to go stay for a month in a hotel.
Makes perfect sense.
That's where snip again. Let's make some cuts at FEMA because they definitely ain't doing their job.
Jeez, oh Pete, man. Sometimes I just can't believe the world we live in. How much time we got, Bill?
We're looking at about 7 minutes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't have a whole lot else. I mean, the whole United Health thing and dealing with the gunman and that stuff. I mean, the hits just keep coming. I mean, you sent me this article on what Justice Thomas sprung on the killer question on the ACLU, which didn't really touch on, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah. That's the whole transgender thing going on.
Yeah.
The case that's up there now.
And then, of course, Hunter Biden has a tattoo of Finger Lakes on his back. So what are they hiding up at Finger Lakes is another question. Finger Lakes is in New York, apparently. I'd like to know what that's about.
I'd like to know what that's about. Well, of course, Hunter's been pardoned.
Oh, yeah. We almost forgot about that.
I almost forgot about that.
You know, Hunter Biden
all the way back to 2014. Hunter must have been in some heavy shit for the last few years to get pardoned that big, you know?
Oh, geez. Well, aren't they wanting to pardon Trump now, too, as a show of good faith?
They're wanting to pardon everybody Trump can possibly go after is what they're looking
at. Pardon Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer.
Mm-hmm. There's something that got me, though. I was reading X this morning, and this guy comes out and he goes, you know, it's Trump's little interview he did there with the Weekend Show.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, he outlines what he's going to do, which is exactly what he said during the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy posts this like, I hope you Trump voters are happy now. This is what he's going to do. He's going to do this, 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 and this, and this. You get what you sow, reap what you sow, and all this. And I'm thinking, that's exactly what he told us was going to do when we voted for him.
I know.
And he damn well better do what he's doing. Yeah, we're happy.
I'm looking forward to the no tax on overtime.
I'm just looking forward to Inauguration Day.
Oh, gosh. Well, I hope you can go, Bill.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got. I think we're about short on time now.
Yep. So folks, glad y'all joined us. We're going to try to get back on a regular schedule here.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard with both of us working, and even though I'm just part-time, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I've got to I've had my setup here for the command center. I need to change my command center around a little bit. But folks, thank you all for joining us as always. Make sure you check us out on our bluecollarminutemen.com. Check out these videos on YouTube, YouTube, BitChute, and Rumble. Make sure you share the videos, get the word out there. We might be giving you some information you don't know about just yet. So help us out. And also check us out on social media pages on MeWe Spreely, the X. We are on Instagram. And didn't you say we're on TikTok now?
Yep.
We're on TikTok. I'm going to have to get a TikTok page, I guess.
Here's something just came in. Throw out real quick. Senator Tom Cotton. He says the Senate will, without a doubt, confirm all of President-elect Trump's nominees. He just came out of a meeting, and that's what he said. We'll see. That's what he said. I'll drink to that.
I will too. Hey, God bless you all. God bless America. You all stay safe. And remember, just help each other out. Let's just be good Americans and get this ball back on the right track. And we'll see.
Peace out.